Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, if you watched the last video, you'd know that we are going to be driving on Saturday. Now today's Sunday before we go away. So I've been a bit busy doing bits to the car. I've given it a major big service which consisted of oil filter, pollen filter, diesel filter, and I've got a panel filter in it, but I took that out and cleaned it out. It's all pucker. Now I thought I'd jack the back end of the car up and have a look round. The springs have got some surface corrosion on, which is nothing to worry about. They are going to get replaced when we get back, so I'm not too fussed about them. I know they're all right. But I noticed that the back end of the car was really spongy. Like I was hitting bumps and it was just bouncing all the time. So I decided to replace both rear shock absorbers, and one of them was okay for saying it's the original off the car. Now these shock absorbers have done 138,000 miles. They've been on the car since 2011. So one was okay. I looked at the other one, it just didn't seem quite right, the other one didn't. So when I got the wheel, I could lift it. I thought, that's not right. And best practice, anybody knows, you should replace shock absorbers and springs in a pair. Because whatever rough terrain one's been through, the other one's been through it as well. So I brought two shock absorbers. Lo and behold, when I took the original ones off, I got the shaft of the shock absorber, pulled it up, let go, and it dropped. That to me, that's had it. The other one weren't too bad. However, these new ones had to really push them hard, put some real hard resistance was behind it, and then shot back up again. I've driven the car, and it is quite a lot. It is a lot more stiffer at the back. Not only this, I did two rear drop links as well, because the dust covers on them were gone. Didn't have any on anymore. They had it. It's a bit bad for me, really. So the purpose of this video today, we have been sent some spring aids from E-Tech. So if you don't know what spring aids are, these are in this little black piece here. You can see. So there's your spring, the red spring, and there's the spring aids. So if you've got a car that's got normal suspension on it with springs, you'll notice when you put the caravan on the back end drops and it becomes really bumpy to drive. Unlike if you've got air suspension on these Range Rovers, Land Rovers, you know, you can put the caravan on the back and then press a button and it'll up the compressor will up the pressure in the airbags to make it sit upright, and you'll still get a comfortable ride. You'll still feel a little bit of the bumpiness, but not as much as you would on coil springs. So these spring aids, they come in a number of different sizes. So this one is 26 to 38. As you can see, it's quite big. The way these are fitted, they go in between your coils on your spring. So what you have to do is you have to, I hope you can see this, folks, you have to jack the car up and measure in between the coils to know which size you need. So these are too big for mine. As you can see there, you've got some scallops as well. That's where the spring will sit. That's where the coil will sit. You basically feed these around in, and they'll sit something like that or like that, you know. These are the ones that I need. As you can see, there is quite a hefty difference there. So they all range, the range from different sizes, 18 to 25 centimeters, 26 to 38 centimeters. They go right up to 52 to 66 centimeters pitch in your coil. So when these are fitted, what these will do is these will take all the shock and impact that you're feeling. The reason why your car's feeling bumpy is because, you know, if you've got a gap in between your coils like this, well, it's getting compressed down to the gap like this, and then your bump stop, you're going to hit your bump stops. If it bottoms out, probably won't, but your spring's going to become less effective because there is less surface area for the coil to react. However, these will keep the distance in between your coils on a couple of the coils, and this will take the impact and the shock. It'll still be bumpy, but not as bumpy. You know, it will keep some of the height, but not all the height once you put the caravan on the back. Therefore, it will relieve some of the bushes of some stress. So folks, we are going to go and fit these now. And it's mega hot outside. I serviced the car the other day, it about killed me. I think I went for a couple of litres of water that day. As I was drinking it, I was sweating it out. It was unreal. So folks, let's get to it. So, as these are rubber, they're going to grip the spring pretty well. So this is just some silicone spray, just to make it glide on a little bit easier. So, as you can see, the spring's here. And what we're going to do is, we're just going to get it in between the coils. So when you go to buy these, you measure the distance between your coils here. These springs are quite rusty. But they're all right still, it's just surface rust. On the other one I scratched a little bit off and it comes shiny straight away. It's just surface rust, you're going to get it. The car's 138,000 miles. And it's built in 2011. So, like so, straight, look at that, straight in. They are meant to be a bit challenging to get in because you don't want them to fall out. There you have it, that's that piece in. These springs are going to get replaced when we get back. There we go. And that, folks, there you have it, they're in. So just try and get them as central as possible in the spring. And that, like I say, they have to be quite challenging to get in, because if not, then obviously they'll fall out. It's a hot day today, folks. It's a really hot day. Oh, I'm dying. I'm not moaning though, I'm just observing. And there you have it. They're in. Perfect. Excuse the rust. And there you have it. So you jack the car up to get them in. Now when obviously the weight of the car, you let the weight of the car off, you compress the spring because the car's sat naturally, they'll be tight in. But just double check everything. Make sure they're in properly. Because folks, you don't want these flying out and hitting the car behind you, or even worse, hitting your caravan. As you can see, I put safety first. Axle stands. If I ever see anybody under a car not using axle stands, I'll be very tempted to let the car down on using just a jack. It's stupid. That can kill you if you don't use them. Basically, we're just going to do exactly the same on this side. Try and go as central as possible. Again, it doesn't matter because you can always bring it down, sort of thing. So it's a bit windy today. You've seen the new drop links I fitted the other day, the new shockers I fitted the other day. Hopefully they're a bit better than the last ones. It is a nice day, but it is really windy. Whether it's because I'm under the car, I'm getting all the wind. And then as you're putting them in, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I did try and fit the bigger ones in, folks. There was no way they were going in. I tried everything, but no. The rubber's just too hard on them. Beautiful. Let's put it round a little bit. Lovely. And just like I say, folks, just double check, make sure they're in correctly. You don't want them coming out, like I said, and hitting your caravan. Lovely. And that's that, folks. That's how easy it is. You just need a jack to jack it up and some axle stands to put them under. That's them in, folks. That's basically what it looks like. Like I say, excuse the rust. These are coming off when we get back, but they're still all right. Right, folks, I've just let the car down, got the aircon on. I'm going to take it for a test drive. I just want to know if it feels any different. I don't think it will. We won't notice a difference until the caravan's on the back. But I always, after I've done any work, I like to test drive my car. can feel a difference. Yeah, I can definitely feel a difference, folks. This road's not the most smoothest road, but I can feel the bumps. I think a combination of the new shock absorbers I've put on the back and the spring assisters, I think a combination of them is making it feel a bit more bumpy and a bit stiffer. I like that. I don't mind the bumpiness and the stiffness from a car. I don't mind it. But yeah, I can feel it 100%. Job done. I always road test my cars after any work I've done, because if there's any rattling, bumping, or I've disturbed something I shouldn't have done, I can literally take it back now and go and repair it. Whereas I don't want to be leaving for work and then realise, oh, right, I need to get that back and fix it and be late for work, or have to use my rear's car, my motorbike. On the subject of motorbikes, folks, I hope you've all been out on them. Well, yeah, I hope you've all been out on them. I know it can be too warm for them, but yes, I hope you've been out on them enjoying the sun while we've got it, and I hope you've all been wearing proper biker gear. Tell you what, when I see people wearing shorts and t-shirt, I just think, rip. You could easily lose a leg if you come off a bike doing 30 mile an hour wearing shorts and t-shirts, because you've got to think you're going to get road rash, your skin's going to go down to the bone, and all that crap and the horrible debris on the road is going to go into your skin, so you are going to get an infection. And it doesn't look cool, kids. There we go, we are arriving back home just as the aircon's got nice and cold. Perfect. Yeah, like I say, folks, can feel a difference. It sort of took the I don't know how to explain that. I mean, it wasn't spongy before because I did this new shock absorbers, but it sort of took that bounce, that little bit of bouncy out completely. It feels a lot better. I like it. It's the real test to be when we're on the road, so stay tuned for our next video and I will give you some feedback how they work, because we've got a long drive ahead of us on Saturday. A long drive. So I'll let you know how they are then. I suppose I could give a proper opinion on them. So folks, that is the spring aid assisters fitted. They're on, as you can tell and as you've seen. So these are them. If you want to buy these, just put E-Tech coil spring aid into your Google search and they will come up. You can buy these on Amazon as well. However, please make sure you jack your car up and measure the coils yourself, because if you just put your reg of your car in on their website, it will send you the wrong ones. The guys on the phone even told me that themselves. I put the reg in for mine and these were the ones that were supposed to come. These are miles too big. So it is worth just checking and make sure you get the right ones, because you don't want to be sending them back and messing about to and froing. These cost me £30. So they are relatively cheap, they are good, but they'll stop the bumpiness as well. So I've only taken the cars you've seen around the block. On Saturday we go into Europe, so we've got about a 7.5 hour drive ahead of us, so I'll be able to give you a better opinion when we get to our destination. So I will do that in the next video. So if you haven't already, folks, please give us a like, a subscribe, or share our videos. It really means a lot to us. It's really helping us grow our channel and help us position it where we want it to be on YouTube. So folks, I appreciate that's a short video, but that's just how easy these things are to fit. I thought it'd be longer, so I'm going to be bored for the rest of the day now. Maria's away. She's visiting family in Poland, so is it beer o'clock? No, it's not beer o'clock. It's 10 to 3. I can't be beer o'clock yet, can it? No, I can't have a beer yet. I'm gonna have a beer a bit later. I'm a 6 o'clock sort of guy for a beer. So folks, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one, where we'll be taking you away with us into Europe. Find out where on our next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you on the next one.